David Lee. He will announce the historical background of Iu-Mien Militia and introduction of Iu-Mien veterans. Please help me welcome David Lee.
Good afternoon. I can see that there are not too many people here today, so it's more intimate for us. When there's a lot of people, it's a little bit more difficult to hear. So I think even a smaller number, we still can have a good time tonight. And I hope you will join us for the evening of fun tonight. I also would like to thank you so very much for all of you who made here tonight to join us at this special occasion. Let me start it to also thank you for this rare opportunity to come up here to say, to share with you about my own experience surrounding the Mien involvement in the war in Laos. Our involvement in the war in Laos dated back before and long after the French colonial in Laos. The Mien historically migrated to Laos, and we were the only ethnic minorities that brought us with the written language from China. Even though our writing in Chinese may be able to read it, but they can't understand a word of it. So, and we are the descendant of the King Pond. We were granted a passport they call crossing mountain passport by the King Pond, that we are the descendant of king at one time or another. Therefore, we are forbidden to kneel down and bow to any other kings other than King Pond. And that document is called Chia Sen Pong. Chia Sen Pong stated clearly, we have the right to cross all the mountains without authorization of any king in any country. With that historical background, the Mien, even the number are much smaller in Laos, they are more engaged in the political process in Laos. Our involvement in the military services in Laos started in the late 1940s and long after 1950s. In the late 1940s, the Iu-Mien in the northern Laos was recruited to serve the French colony administrations in the different capacities, including Thahan Ban. Thahan Ban simply means the village security force. At that time, Thahan Ban were divided in two districts. District 1 in Nam Tha province was led by Kathy's grandfather, Chao Mai Si Song Fa, with the number of a militia group about 122. And district number 2 in Vieng Phu was led by Lieutenant Phu Quang Choi Se Lee, happened to be my uncle. And Iyun's ex-wife's father. So that was in between 1951 and 1952. For a short time, Tahan Ban their primary responsibility was to protect the village, surrounding village. And they were giving a rifle, the World War II or World War I rifles, with maybe each soldier, each Malaysian man were given only 10 bullets. After the World War II, when the World War II started, when the French withdraw from Laos for a short period of time during the World War II, the two militia groups were divided. One, Chiang Mai continued to be loyal to the French. Even the French no longer there. Was not. And Phu Quang Choi, which is the region where I live, were switch sides to the communists, Lao Isla, or simply known as Lao Freedom Fighter. Okay. So in two groups. But during that time, upon the French return after World War II to Laos to resume the colonialism rules in Laos, Phu Quang Choi start changing his mind, because what happened is that the Lao communists penetrated into his region first, and he was appointed to certain positions, which later that he was portrayed as traitors by the Lao communists. So he switched back. In order for him to switch back and face the French, he had to do something drastic. So he sent out somebody to kill the Lao communists and cut the ear of the dead Lao communists and take it to the French shores. See, I've been loyal to you guys all this time. So so he switched back. Okay, let's make the story short. When after that, after Laos have gained their independence in 1951, the Tahan Ban now have transitioned into the Lao Royal Lao Army unit, belong to the called regional administration, led by Kampai, Lieutenant Kampai Vilaipan. Chiang Mai was given a rank of captain, and Phu Quang Choi was given the rank of lieutenant. They each lead 100 men, one company, and Chiang Mai became a company commander of the Nam Tha region, and Phu Quang Choi became a commander, company commander in Vieng Phu Khao region. From Tahan Ban transitions into the called Tahan Sua Pa, simply means Jungle Tiger Militia group. At this time, the roles have shifted from just protecting the village. The role have shifted to the battlefield, fighting the Lao communists. From that on, Chiang Mai, after the fall of Nam Tha province to the communist control in 1962, Phu Quang Choi fled to Thailand. And it became very chaotic period of time. The Iu-Mien Militia group under his command was this way. Chiang Mai took opportunity to consolidate his control over the Phu Quang Choice company. And then later, and I believe it was in 1963, we fled from Nam Tha downward toward the Mekong River, where Chiang Mai was contacted by American CIA Bill Young and became a commander, battalion commander. From that on, from the jungle tiger Malaysia into the ADC Malaysia group, which is under American payroll. From then on, Chiang Mai managed to recruit 500 militiamen and became a battalion commander of the ADC unit. After the death of Chiang Mai in 1968, his brother Major Chao La took control over his troops and change from the ADC to SGU. SGU simply means Special Guerrilla Unit. From then on, at one time, Chao La moved the headquarters from Nam Tui to Nam Yu, where there were 10,000 Iu-mien at 1,000, I'm sorry, my apology, 1,000 Iu-mien SGU under Chao La's battalion commanding structures. During that time, I must not take all the credit. I also would like to give a credit to the Hmong, to the Lu, and to Quy Sung. These three groups, Lu contributed one company commanding troops to Chao Las, and also Aka. There's also one Aka company, and I believe that two Lu company. Together, the 10 companies. During this time, Chao La have sent his troops to Hell Wang Pao fighting in Region 2, Pak Song. Every fight in Pak Song, there are at least one or two Iu-mien company fighting there. As far as the loss of life, and as far as the Iu-mien involvement in the war in Laos, almost 90% of the Mien family at one time or another have the member of their family serve in the military services in Laos. For many of you, the younger generation, it may seem insignificant of our contribution to the war in distant Laos. But the fact of matter is, we have paved the way for your parents, for your grandparents, to migrate to the United States of America, and also to other parts of the Western world. For that, I think that it is a good lesson for our people, for our younger generation, to learn about this kind of events that taking place back in the distant Laos. Just to think about it. Our migration to the United States was based on three categories. Category 1, who served in the American military services in Laos. Category 2, who have relatives in the United States of America. Category 3 was who have served in Laos in either military or civil service in Laos และทหารข้าราชการตำรวจ That was the three categories that make you all eligible to resettle in the United States. Those categories were set by the Congress in the United States. The eligibility to resettle in the United States were based on these three categories. I can go on and on for very, very long time and go to great detail about the events are taking place based on the chronological orders. But given a short time, I can't do that. Maybe perhaps in other time who are interested to know more about it, I'll be glad to share with you more. Thank you very much.
Fascinating story. Now you youngster, many of them youngster born here don't realize how far we came from. Maybe they really have to write a book and share for everybody. That's important.